All right. Let's see. Can we... All right, I see you guys popping in. Awesome. We're going to get started in just a minute here. I'm a little tiny bit premature. Welcome all newcomers. I see some return handles. Very cool. Can you guys hear me okay? If you want to give me a thumbs up, make sure I can be heard nice and clear. Toss that thumbs up if you can hear me good. All right, I see a thumbs up, so we're going to go with it. Awesome. All right, guys, it's 3 o'clock, so we're going to get started. If you're a new handle and I haven't seen you before, welcome to our first Spring 21 semester talk. Hopefully we'll be doing a few more of these as we prepare for the spring semester. My name is Jackie. I'm one of the program advisors with AIFS. Again, if you joined us for our last Instagram Live, we were with Global Experiences, and we talked a little bit about fall, virtual, gap year. We kind of want to take all of that out of our brains for today. We're just going to focus on spring. Nice and easy for you guys. As always, if you have any questions throughout the live, toss the questions in the bottom. I'll try to address as many of them as we go through this. But yes, we are talking all things spring. So again, just to let you know who I am and why we're here and what we're doing, my name's Jackie, Program Advisor with AIFS. Been with the organization for about 6 months, although the quarantine feels like we've been in quarantine for about 8 years now, right? So 6 months plus those 8 years. I studied abroad myself, 2011 in Italy, and then I loved travel so much. I went back to Asia, taught English in Thailand for 2 years, and now I get to live the dream talking to you guys every day about your own study abroad plans. So we're going to jump right into it. Like I said, any questions you have throughout the live, just feel free to shoot them at the bottom and we'll try to go. I'll try to answer them as we go. I'll give you guys some time at the end to also answer some questions about all the things that we're going to cover today. So let's get started. All right, big elephant in the room, right? Anybody want to type what that is? It's COVID, right? We're not sure. The big question is, are we going to be abroad for spring 2021? Are we going to be on site? Is COVID going to swipe away our opportunity to go abroad if we have made all these plans? As of right now, we are cleared for spring 2021. As you guys know, as you've experienced, I'm sure COVID is a mind of its own. In the event that this is something that is compromising to your safety, the safety of our family at AIFS, then we will have a contingency plan with that. But I will let you know, your funds are going to be protected, and we are going to talk about that in just a minute. But as of right now, yes, we are scheduled to go for spring 2021. So let's keep all of those fingers and toes crossed nice and tight, that this curve flattens and that we are able to continue on with our plans. I know I'm ready to use my passport. I'm sure you guys are. That's the reason that we're all here. So yes, as of right now, spring 2021 is a go. All right, super. So like I said, in the event that anything changes, right? Changes with our plans, we're not able to send you guys abroad because it is deemed unsafe, whether that's COVID or any other safety or health risk, and we have to cancel for any reason. Or if you guys, decide, I don't really want to go this semester, I'd like to go a different semester, or your university is not giving you the green light to go abroad for that particular semester. If any of your plans change, if any of our plans change, your funds are protected. I know that is the big question, especially for all the moms and dads. Well, am I going to put all this money forth, and is it going to be a waste essentially if the plans change? Your funds are protected. I'm going to write that on my forehead in invisible ink for the rest of the live. So you have two to three options here. First being any funds that you put towards your program, whether that's the $95 application fee, which stands for all of our programs across the board, the confirmation deposit that you'll put down to save your spot for the program that you've applied for, And I'll go through how that works in just a moment here. Any funds that you put towards the program in terms of, dipping into your financial aid, what have you, you can transfer all of those funds to another future semester. Or if it's just your program that's been canceled, you can transfer those to another program that is still live and planning to be on site. So if spring 2021, again, fingers crossed that it is not, but if spring 2021, if anything is a health risk and we decide that we have to cancel this in the name of safety, then you can transfer your funds to another program. So that's option one. Option two, you can receive a full refund back. So you decide, all right, you know what, I don't want to study abroad anymore. I'm graduating. I ran out of time. Anything along those lines, you can receive a full refund back. That's part of our amended financial policy for you guys, because we don't want to see you not go abroad, but we also don't want to see you lose all of the money that you work hard for. So you can receive the full refund back. That's the $95 application fee. That is the confirmation deposit. That's any of the money that you've put towards that program. The only thing that we may not be able to go back on is the flights. And if that is the case, we will figure something out in terms of next steps to get that figured out for you guys. So any questions so far? I saw one come in. I'll come back to that. We're going to get to that topic a little bit later. Okay, very good. So we have about 22 programs right now that we have open for spring. That's Europe, South America, Eurasia, Russia, what have you. So we have quite a few to choose from on the roster, and there may be a few more added for the spring 2021 semester, so stay tuned on that front. I got a question coming in though, so I am gonna address this. Is there a possibility that the cost for the spring semester in London will be reduced like it was for the fall semester? From Raylan F. Potentially. Right now, the cost for spring 2021 is live on the site. Again, if any of those costs are to change in the upcoming months and you have already applied for them, your admissions officer will reach out directly to you to make those transitions between the primary cost and the cost that it's changed to. But possibly reduced, yes, but it has not been decided yet. So stay tuned, Raylan. Very good. All right. So like I said, 22 locations as of right now, London being one of them. So if you guys are kind of uncertain as to where you want to study abroad, why you want to study abroad, what classes you want to take, now is a really good time to start reaching out to us and doing your homework, right? We have all this time in the world to be on our screens. You're with me today through your screens. Now's a good time to be checking out our blog. Lots of good articles on there in terms of students' past experiences, places they've gone. You guys are going to be doing spring 2021, so you'll each have a spring break, a week or two where you'll actually get to explore maybe outside of your country of study. So these are all really good things you should be potentially researching right now, because again, you have the time. If you're not sure of where you want to go and you have no clue where to start, give us a call. I will talk your ear off of all the pros and cons of every location happily. So like I said, now's a good time to start talking to your universities in terms of what credits you might need, talking to your advisors so you're on track to graduate, anything of that nature. Now is also a good time to start talking to your financial aid office, right? Finding out if your financial aid that maybe you receive from your home university can be used towards your study abroad program. So again, laying all of these ducks in a row right now are going to make it very seamless when the moment comes when everyone is scrambling and trying to figure out all of these details. And of course, we're here to help you with every step of the way pre-departure. So you guys take that pressure gun off of yourself. We do a lot of the work as well. All right. So how do we get started? Kind of the same as every semester, guys. We first choose our location of study. not to be a broken record, but again, now's a really good time to try to decide where you want to go, if there's a particular class that interests you, if you are looking to take just general ed or elective courses versus core curriculum for your degree, just kind of balancing out what those needs are and how you can meet them best so that you are set up for graduation. We're not trying to elongate your college experience, of course. We want you guys to graduate on time. So again, having those dialogues with your study abroad advisors at your university, program advisors, your academic advisors, it really sets you up for success in the long run, and that's ultimately what we want to see you guys be doing. So yeah, pick your location of study, right? Pretty simple for most of us. And then from there, you would apply through our organization right on the portal on our website. So you will create a portal, nice little profile where we can see all of your progress, and you can keep track of all of the to-dos that you need to complete for your application. You'll put down the $95 application fee. From there, like I said, you'll have a list of to-dos, right? So you'll be putting in your passport information. If you're choosing to book a flight with us, we don't discourage you from booking your own flights. That is something that you are absolutely entitled to do. If mom and dad or a family member or a sibling or a grandparent has flight points, by all means, use them. That's perfectly fine by us. So we will ask you to opt in or out of the flight package. From there, you will find out of acceptance once you've finished all of those to-dos about 2 weeks after your application is completely finished. And then 2 weeks post your application being finished and you being accepted, you will have to put down your confirmation deposit of $750. Sounds like a big number, big scary number. I totally agree. But this number is not in addition to all of the fees that you're paying for your program. It is just inclusive in that. So you're putting down that little chunk of money out of your inclusive fees in advance, saying, yes, I'm studying abroad, I'm committed, I'm ready to roll. So it is not in addition to, but it is included in. So don't panic and say, well, they're tacking on all these fees. Not the case. You're asked to put that down in advance so we know that you are good to go, golden, still looking forward to studying abroad. And again, in the event that spring 2021 needs to be canceled because of a safety issue, or you choose to withdraw from the program that you've applied to, you can receive that refund in full, or you can transfer that application fee, confirmation deposit, all of those fees to another program, future, or another program that is open. So you guys do have some options. Don't feel like you're signing away your life if you're choosing to study abroad. We don't want to put that pressure on you guys. So just know you've got some options in the event that you do change your mind. It's all good. Eligibility, application deadline for spring, we normally fall in an October deadline, usually October 1st. It varies a little bit per each program since we do have a slightly different admissions program, since we do work with several different host universities abroad. So most of the time it will land in October, some mid-October. It really depends on which program you are looking at, but just keep October on your calendars. And even before October, if you want to do your homework a little bit sooner, if you're looking to talk to your university partners, by all means, plan ahead, right? Right now is a good time to start having those dialogues with your universities. I know a lot of you are doing online school in the fall. Reach out to them via phone, email. If you're having trouble getting in touch with anybody, let us know. We'll try to help in whatever way that we can, but definitely a good time to start laying down, your expectations for the spring semester and figuring out what you can do. But yeah, key eligibility for all of our programs always must be at least 18 years of age and pursuing an undergraduate degree, full-time status at a U.S. college or university. One of the questions I get often is, Jackie, well, I go to a community college, does that count? Of course that counts, yes. If you're going to a community college, that is still a U.S. college or university. It is still an accredited institution, and we welcome you guys to apply. The other question I get often is, well, my school is not an affiliate school, so does that mean I won't get accepted? Or is my acceptance percentage, is the chance of me getting accepted lower than all the other affiliate students? Absolutely not, no. We do work on a first come, first served basis with the program admissions, and that's for all of our programs across the board. So if you reach the minimum GPA that is required for whatever program that you are applying to, and you are 18 years of age, and if there is a specific grade class you have to be in, maybe you have to be at least in sophomore standing, junior standing. I don't believe we have any programs that you have to be at least a senior. I believe it's at most a sophomore or junior if they don't accept freshmen. As long as you've reached all of those key eligibility requirements per each program, you're good to go. You having not gone to an affiliate school or not attending an affiliate school currently, that doesn't affect anything, so we welcome you guys to apply to. Don't feel discouraged by that in any means. I love all the little hearts that are popping through. That's great. Awesome. So yes, to answer those questions, you can be a community college student. We welcome you to apply as long as you are pursuing an undergraduate degree, full-time status. And if you don't go to an affiliate school, wipe that sweat off your forehead. You are still more than welcome to apply, and we encourage you to do so. Full-time, I know a lot of students are like, well, what makes me a full-time student? How many credits do I have to be taking? Minimum of 12, and that's pretty much standard across the board. For all of our programs abroad, it's the same construct, so you would have to at least take a minimum of 12 credits to be considered full-time. I believe some of our programs may ask for 15 because not each credit course is going to be 3 credits. Some are a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on the credit hours that are associated with those courses. So it will kind of mix up a little bit of what your normal college 3 credit classes might look like. But again, that's very few locations that are going to function that way. Very few classes that function that way. And again, to be considered full-time for 90% of our programs, a minimum of 12 credits is totally acceptable. I saw a few questions come in, so I'm going to take a moment and try to get through so I'm not missing anything. Give me just a second, guys. I'm only a millennial, so I'm a little bit slower than the generation that came after me. If we are still good for spring 2021, will the programs in the catalog be the same or changed? We are going to be rolling out with a new spring 2021 catalog a little later this summer. If you guys are all, if you've received any email communication from us, if you've signed up showing interest in one of the programs and we have your email communication and your contact information, we will notify you when that catalog rolls out. We also make it nice and easy. You can download the PDF catalog right off our site, so we're not sending you anything in the mail that could potentially be delayed due to this pandemic, what have you, so you can download it right off the site. Again, we'll let you know when that's rolling out. Give me just a second. I got Raylan's question. Elma Garcia says, I believe I spoke to her before. Hello, Elma. Nice to see you. Once our application is submitted, how long before we hear back? Typically, I may have said this already, so I apologize, but just as a reiteration, 2 weeks after you've completed all of those things on your to-do list. And then you may have a few more to-dos based off of what program you do choose to apply to. So typically 2 weeks is the magic number, but give or take again because we're in unprecedented times. So around that ballpark, Elma. When is the scholarship deadline for spring? Scholarship deadline for spring is going to be October 1st, and we're going to talk about scholarships in just a second, guys, but one of the things that we get a lot of questions about is, can I apply for multiple scholarships? Or in general, how do I how do I pay for this, right? It's no secret that living abroad for any given amount of time is going to be a different kind of financial plan than necessarily you guys studying in your home universities, in your home countries, right? So we understand it is a big chunk of change, and we're definitely here to assist in any way that we can. So with our scholarships, about 50% of our applicants receive some kind of financial aid from us. So whether that is financially based, if that's merit-based, we have scholarships where you submit essays. We have diversity scholarships, legacy scholarships, for families that maybe mom or dad studied with us back in the 70s, 80s, give or take. So definitely a lot of different branches in which you can kind of apply to these different scholarships with. How many can you apply to? Apply to all that apply to you. That's what I always say. Apply to all that apply to you. If you think that you fit in one of those categories, by all means, apply to as many as you'd like. We give you one form, nice and easy. You can fill out, check off in the boxes on that form in section B, all that you think apply to you, and then we will have our admissions team assess those applications and then award as appropriated. So you can apply to as many scholarships as you'd like. Like I said, about 50% of our students are going to receive some kind of financial assistance or merit-based scholarship from us. So definitely encourage you to apply for every and any scholarship under the sun that we offer. With financial, again, I believe I said this earlier, but you can definitely tap into your financial aid at your home university. We will definitely accept it. You do, however, have to speak to your financial aid office at your home university to make sure that it is something that they are willing to allocate towards your study abroad program. Again, it's completely up to them. They are the institution that receives that funding for your education, and so what they choose to do with it, it's completely up to them. Will we accept it? 100%. So if that's the way you want to fund your study abroad, by all means, that is okay by us. Again, this is a really good time to start kind of laying down those dialogues with your financial aid office to kind of find out what is available to me. What are my options? You wouldn't want to get too far into the application process and then find out my university is not giving me my financial aid. I'm not able to go anymore. We will still refund you, the application fee, confirmation deposits, and any funds you've put down, but it would be a rainy day for you to find out that you can't go abroad, and that is the reason. So definitely do your homework, have those dialogues now. If you have any questions about financial aid that you don't want to ask in the little scroll of comments, by all means, you guys reach out directly to us. I'm happy to get you whatever answers I possibly can. Let me see. I've got some other questions here. Fully available. Okay, Bella Silva, 13. Hi, Bella. Italy has been on a ban on American travel into their country, so I was wondering how the Florence 2021 program will work. Well, if there is still a travel ban, there is still a travel ban. We don't have the magic wand to get rid of any travel bans, whether that's from our administration or, a counter country. So if that is the case, the program will most likely be canceled, and then again, you can transfer your application to another location program of study, or you can receive that refund in full in return. Or you can forego that spring 2021 semester, and we can look at another fall or spring semester. As we're, the transfer of the funds, guys, I don't know if I said this before, but just to be clear, if you're putting down funds for a spring semester, spring doesn't work out for you for whatever reason, you can certainly transfer those to a J term or a summer term or a Maymester, if you will. That's perfectly fine. We would refund you the difference. We wouldn't hoard all of your full semester funds just for you to go to a summer or J term program. So don't think it has to be one, full term semester versus another full term semester. We're willing to work with you in terms of if you want to go for a shorter period of time. Our goal is to get you to study abroad, to have these altering life experiences, but we certainly are not trying to hoard your funds in lieu of doing that. All right, I got a few other questions here. When is the latest date we would know if it's canceled? This is kind of vary between program to program. I would say we'll at least know a month in advance to the start of the program date if it's going to be something that we're going to be canceling or not. And I would say even with fall semester usually begins around September for us. We knew by the end of June that our fall programs were only going to be online. So about 3 months in advance to when we were planning to be abroad, we already knew that it wasn't going to be a possibility. So I would say at the latest a month, but as our history would show, we were able to to cut that cord 3 months in advance. So a lot of our students were able to still go to, classes at their home universities and patch up what that semester was going to look like for them. So anywhere between that 3 and 1 month period, and hopefully even more than that, because we want to, again, set you guys up for success. We're not trying to take away your semester, whether that's going to be abroad with us or here at your home university. So again, as soon as we know something, we're pretty good about being transparent with you guys, and you will know right away so that you can make alternate plans or potentially, again, look at another semester in the future. Okay, this is a good one. When do we get to see the options for living situations? Is it after you apply? And that is from, I cannot say the name, San Gitsuhu. I apologize. Cannot read that handle. To answer your question, all of the housing options per each location of study are already available on our site, so they'll kind of give you a rundown of if there's a homestay available to you, if it's a student apartment, if it's a student residence, what the meal plans look like, what the commute might look like from that housing to your university, what kind of neighborhood it's in. So some of that information is available on our website already in terms of those options, and again, what the construct is going to look like per each location. Every location is a little bit different. We try to keep the commute for homestays and student apartments within about a 20 to 30 minute commute using public transport in all of our locations. All of our host families are vetted dually by our organization and the university. So these are good families that we trust and have a longevity of hosting students like yourself with. So again, safety at the forefront of everything. But yeah, you can definitely see those options on the website at this time. And then if you have any particular questions, I get questions like, well, is there air conditioning in my unit? No question is a dumb question. Please send us those questions because we want you to make the best housing decision as possible. We want you to be comfortable for the 3 to 4 months that you are abroad. If it's something I don't know the answer to, we reach out to the resident director, resident assistants, admissions officer. Somebody will have those answers for you. So please feel free to email, call, DM, send a carrier pigeon, whatever your preferred method of communication is. Reach out with those questions. There is never a dumb one. This question says from Maida Putman, how is AIFS responding to COVID with study abroad for spring 2020? I'm not sure, Maida, if you mean the prior semester. If you did study abroad with us for spring 2020 and you did have to repatriate home, please reach out directly to your admissions officers because they have a lot more information. They are kind of the point of contact that you'll be working with post your application process. I'm your pre-departure first contact, they're your pre-departure second contact. So they're the ones who kind of prepare you right before you leave, again, with the university itself. So if you're referring to spring 2020, go ahead and reach out directly to your admissions officer. If you did mean spring 2021, the upcoming semester, we follow all of the same travel advisories as the rest of the world. CDC, World Health Organization. We have to follow any of the travel bans and visa restraints that we run into. So we're following all of the same contingencies as everybody else. And as I said, spring 2021 is on right now, but if there is even the slightest chance that we would have to repatriate you guys home, we want to avoid that. So we would probably put a pin in it prior to your departure, just again, all in the name of safety. Sam Apollo, yes, we are not at this time canceling spring 2021. We're here to say that it is on, it is golden, but again, everything in the name of safety, your safety comes first. And so if there's any chance that we'd have to repatriate you guys home, we will put a pin in that and let you know what your options are. Again, your funds are protected. I know I've said that about 100 times, but don't forget. Nicole says, if I'm deciding between two cities, should I apply to both and see which one I'm accepted to? My recommendation would be not to do that, simply because you guys are putting down an application fee for each application that you do submit. So I would like to see you save your money and spend it on your travel much more than applying to hundreds of programs and then having to decide which one. So again, have these dialogues with myself and your admissions officers. Go to the blog, read what people have said about each of the locations. One of the motivations for me when I studied in Italy was I really wanted to take a cooking class. I really wanted to learn how to cook Italian food. If that's something on your heart and you that's your motivation for studying abroad, there's nothing wrong with that. If you want to climb the Alps, pick France. There's nothing wrong with that. How you choose to decide your program location of study is completely up to you. But my encouragement would be, since each application fee would be $95 for each application, try to make a definitive decision on where you want to go prior to applying to all the different locations. And that way you can kind of have a clear mind of planning. You can talk to your university openly about what classes you want to take, making sure that all of those credits will transfer back to your home university, as that is ultimately up to them, not up to us, up to your home university. That's why those dialogues and full transparency with every partner at your university is so important. So yes, my recommendation would be apply to one, do your homework. You've got the screen time right now. I would just choose one program. Are there any plans for summer 2021? Absolutely. Have we rolled out with all the classes and information? Not yet. We work about 8 months out, so I would say probably around September, end of September, we will have some good stuff for you guys for summer 2021. We may be adding a few program locations. I would definitely stay tuned on that front. Okay, Raylan had another question. Raylan with the great questions, thank you. Do you have any suggestions on what we should pack and buy here in the US and what we should wait to buy in London for spring 2021 or any other host city? Great question. Oh yeah. So a lot of times, we almost overpack. We take our whole closet because we don't think that places are going to have sweaters and sneakers and things that we need on a regular basis. But once you have applied to a program and you've been accepted into that program, your lovely admissions officers have an itemized list of the necessary items you probably want to bring and things that you probably want to leave at home, right? You probably know at this point, but I'll say it anyway, things like hair dryers and straighteners, right? Girls, I know we're thinking about how our hair is going to react to all environments, especially when abroad. Things like that, leave at home because you're probably going to be able to find something with a better outlet that's actually going to work in the country of study. That's just an example. It's not a great example, but things like that, you'd be surprised what you can find when you are abroad. These people are living everyday lives like you and me. Most of the home universities that you are studying at, actually all of the home universities, host universities, in all of our program locations, have students attend classes that are locals. So you make friends with these students. They show you where to shop, where to get things. It's a really good camaraderie. Also, you'll have your resident director who will kind of show you, where you can buy groceries, where you can get laundry done, things like that. Just things on your everyday agenda that you're going to need when you are abroad. These resident directors, they are, there to assist and liaise and inform you of everything once you are on the ground. So they show you all the great little restaurants and things like that too, to definitely take advantage of. Adam Flash, cool handle, Adam. If my study abroad advisor on campus is furloughed, can I leave my app unfinished for another couple of months, or do we need to finish it ASAP? How would you suggest doing that? Okay, yeah, that's a real problem right now, right? A lot of us are dealing with different staff adjustments, absences, things like that. I would say, Adam, and to anybody else who might have this problem in the upcoming months, I would definitely recommend trying to get in touch with if there is an academic advisor or somebody at your university that can help you fill out the necessary paperwork. A lot of times with a lot of home universities, and this is very case-by-case basis, but we do deal with a lot of universities that have you fill out an application outside of the AIFS application. So you're not just applying to study with us, but you are also getting permission from your home university in a separate application provided by them. So, if that is the case, if they have a deadline, look at it as two separate applications. You have to meet their deadline and you have to meet our deadline. Sometimes we extend our deadline based off of the circumstances with the last couple of semesters that we dealt with during pandemic times. We definitely did extend. I can't make any guarantees. If we fill a program, one particular location over another, we might extend one program location application. We might not extend another deadline. So I can't really guarantee that, Adam, but my advice would be if there is a point of contact in lieu of that particular study abroad advisor, somebody in the office that can give you some clarity on that, definitely reach out to them. If you have any further questions and I can maybe help with that university contact, shoot us an email and we'll try to figure out what we can do for you. I hope that answers the question. Okay, wait, I had a few come in. Let's see. Raylan, thank you, by the way. You're welcome, Raylan, anytime. What is the best way to reach us or me? If you guys send an email to the general inbox on our website, 90% of the time, I'm the person answering those. So feel free to shoot us an email that way. I believe all of our contact information is actually on the handle page. So you can send us a DM if that is what's most convenient to you. Like I said, I'm very flexible with all of these channels. So whether it's DMing us, emailing us, calling us, anything like that, I would avoid mail right now. If you want the general study abroad inbox, it is studyabroad@AIFS.com. So studyabroad@AIFS.com. And I will pin that in the comments so that you guys can come back to that. I know it's a very long address to remember. Awesome. Charles, are the rooms furnished? Yes, Charles. We do not want you to bring a bed or an air mattress or a cot. Whether it is a student apartment, a homestay, a student residence, all of it is furnished, usually with linens as well. We don't want you guys to go out of your way and try to find specially sized sheets for the twin XL bed in your dorm room. We know that can be kind of chaotic. So we don't expect you to have to provide any of that. All of that is provided to you. But again, really good question, because, you know, there have been students in the past that bring things like furniture for their room. So we definitely want to avoid you guys having to buy unnecessary things. We want you to spend your money on the experiences that you're going to have when you're abroad, not furnishing the dorm rooms. But great question. Thank you, Charles. Caitlin, do you accept all individuals who have graduated? I was supposed to go this fall with AIFS, but graduate in the spring and still want to study abroad, but unfortunately, and I'm unable to go in the spring. Caitlin, awesome question. This did not cross my mind, but for anybody who is a graduating senior, we will accept graduating seniors to participate in the programs. It really is ultimately up to your home university as well, but we certainly won't discourage it. There are some programs, I think, that we have a good majority of our graduating seniors participate in some of our summer programs or J-term programs. So you certainly can, absolutely, if you began putting down funds for the fall, we can transfer those to a summer or a J-term program, not a problem. But yeah, absolutely, we will accept graduating seniors. But ultimately, you know, Caitlin, please have that dialogue with your home university, because it will partially be up to them to decide if that is something that they will allow. All right, let's see. Brittany. If I applied for a spring program this coming year and pay the fees and decide not to go due to certain reasons, is one able to get a refund? Yes, Brittany, absolutely. So again, you know, these two magical options that we have for you guys. You can transfer your funds to another semester, you know, whether that's a fall, a summer, a J-term, or the following spring, whatever floats your boat. We're going to work with any of those options. So you can transfer all of your funds and your application to another semester, or if you want to receive the refund in full because your plans are null, you can no longer go for whatever reason, or if we have to cancel the program in the name of safety, you can certainly receive a full refund, and that includes your application fee of $95, your confirmation deposit, and any funds that you've put towards the program. If you guys are interested in seeing that in writing, I know that's a big one for mom and dad, is okay, well, it's great to know that, but where is it in writing? On our policies page, at the very bottom of our webpage, it says AIFS policies and then amended policies, and then you choose what semester you're looking at. So for in this event, spring 2021, all of that information is listed there, especially for, again, mom and dad and your legal guardians that we know want to know the answers to these questions. All right. Let's see. Awesome. Raylyn, hey, okay. How much should we save in US dollars for spending money in the UK? I was thinking of saving $2,000 to $3,000 in US dollars. I would say that's decent. You know, what I always tell my students, because everybody budgets a little differently. Everybody has different travel itineraries, especially with that spring break time that you guys are going to have in the spring semester. So everybody does this a little bit differently. But my recommendation, Raylyn, would be to make a list of all the things you want to see and do. You know, whether those are, you know, weekend trips, or you're going somewhere for a week, or you know, you're going somewhere for a day. Start to kind of budget out all of those different experiences you want to have, and then you'll have a good ballpark of how much you want to save or how much you want to bring while you before you study abroad to bring with you. So definitely, I would say everyone does this a little bit differently, but I know for me, when I studied abroad, I kind of made a budget sheet, if you will, of how much I wanted to spend every week for fun money or just different experiences I wanted to have. You know, a lot of the meal plans and things like that are going to be covered in your program fees, so you don't have to put that pressure on yourself to know, well, I'm going to spend this much on food every day. Kind of take that pressure gun off of yourself for the weekdays. For weekends or any travels that you want to have, again, all of those things are at your leisure, so definitely start to kind of scrap together a budget sheet of all the things that you're looking forward to for the semester, and that will really help guide your personal agenda. And I'm certainly happy to help you with that if you need any help. But 2 to 3 is decent, yes. McKenna, hi McKenna, is the January 2021 term likely still to happen? Thank you. At this time, yes. And I know, guys, this is not like the answer I wish I could give you. I wish I could just say yes, and there's no maybe, and maybe doesn't exist. But, yes, January 2021 is on. Again, we are doing everything to put you guys and your safety first. You guys are become a part of our AIFS family, and we don't want to see anything bad happen to you. We don't want to see anything bad happen to our staff. So, again, everything in the name of safety. If for some reason we have to cancel, again, you can transfer those funds to another semester or receive the refund in full. And we will let you know as soon as we have some kind of stance on where that's going to land. But as of right now, green light. Brittany, when do you meet a host family? Before or on the day you arrive at your destination? It is a little different for every location, Brittany, but usually when you arrive, I believe you'll have an orientation with your resident director first, most of the time, and then you'll kind of dissipate to your housing if it is a host family. Again, full transparency, our host families are vetted by our organization. They're vetted by the university. They have a long-standing relationship usually with our resident directors. Families and people of the community that we trust with the well-being of you guys. You also have to remember that you are a guest in their home, and even more than that, you're representing the U.S. and you're representing AIFS. So you always want to be on your best behavior and make sure that it is a good, cohesive relationship on both ends. But again, families that we trust, families that have had longevity of hosting. And overall, most of our students, if not all of them, have had amazing experiences where they're kind of, integrated into the family rather than just renting a room in a house. So again, I believe you'll have your orientation first for most locations, and then you will be introduced to your host family. Costa Rica, AIFS, hey, all these questions are really good. Yes, they are. I completely agree. Any recommendations when it comes to Wi-Fi and phone services? Wi-Fi will be provided in all of the student resident housing, any student apartments, what have you. All of that's usually set up for you, as well as the host family homes. The thing that we have to remember, and I am a millennial, this is hard for me as well, is it's not always the fastest Wi-Fi, right? It's not the US speed, optimum, platinum, whatever we're used to here. So you do have to be a little bit flexible. Most of the common rooms and things like that in the student residence might have faster Wi-Fi than, say, maybe your dorm room, things like that. But there's certainly Wi-Fi at all of the universities and all of the housing that we do offer to you. With phone services, I believe your admissions officers and RDs are going to have recommendations, because these are going to work a little bit differently, again, location to location. So they'll have recommendations based off of what location you will be studying in to make sure that, again, you're kind of set up with the best plan for you and what your needs are with your phone and whatnot. We definitely want you to have some kind of phone communication so that, if the RD needs to get a hold of you, if you're lost for some reason, anything along those lines, we want to be able to get in touch with you. We don't want to lose that contact. So definitely a good idea to have a reliable phone plan for international studies. But again, admissions officers and RDs are going to have specific recommendations on what might be the best fit for that particular location of study. Hi, Valentina. Can you save this live to your account so I can watch it for a later time? Yes, Val. I will always save the Instagram lives. So no worries there. You can watch my babbling later. It's great. Sammy Cano. Should I wait to apply for Jan 2021 semester for study abroad? Basically, wait until we are cleared of COVID. Sammy, completely up to you, depending on what program you're looking at. I always say sooner is better than later, guys. And with the amended financial policy, where you'll have the option to transfer those fees or receive the refund in full, you're not gambling here, right? So you can receive that refund or you can transfer those fees. So I always say with the application process, sooner is better than later. At least start doing your homework, get an idea of where you want to go, what you want to study, what courses you want to take. And of course, if those credits will transfer back to your home university, because that is so key, guys. We don't want to see you take a whole semester of classes to find out my university won't accept these credits that I just worked towards, and now I'm behind on my track to graduate. We don't want to see that happen. If you're taking a J-term course just for fun, or you know that the university is not necessarily going to accept the credits, that's fine. You don't have to have the credits transfer back if you're doing just a one-off course for summer or January. If you want to have that study abroad experience, again, we encourage it and we welcome you to apply, but we just want you to know that it is up to your home university, not us, and we definitely want you to do the groundwork on your end so that you know which way that needle falls. You're welcome, Sammy. Curls and curves. Great handle. What is the GPA requirement and other requirements I need in order to qualify? Our eligibility for every program across the board is at least 18 years of age, and you must be enrolled full-time at a U.S. college or university. From there, the eligibility can vary per location to location. So some have a little bit higher of a GPA requirement, more like I don't believe we have anything over a 3.0, but a 3.0 might be the glass ceiling for some of those programs, and then we might have a program or two that's more like a 2.2 or a 2.5. So as long as you're reaching that minimum eligibility, you're in good standing, and again, you're welcome to apply to the program. If you're right on the cusp, I have a lot of students that I talk to where they're like, I have a 2.4, I don't reach that 2.5, or I have a 2.49, go ahead and apply still. Because of the amended policy, you can still have that refunded application fee, so don't put that pressure gun on yourself. Most of the time, if you're right on the cusp, you're pretty good. The university recognizes that. We recognize that. We've all been college students. We all understand it's hard to reach just those certain exact levels, but in addition to that, you might have one or two more tasks to complete per the host university. They might ask for a letter of recommendation. They might ask you to do an essay. They might ask you to fill out some kind of form, or a number of hours studied for a course. So there might be, tricks and loopholes to each one, but again, it's very case-by-case basis. So if you do feel like you're on the cusp and you're not sure, reach out to me directly. I will find out from admissions what we can do moving forward. If the answer is no, it's better to know before you start putting down funds for that program. And also, myself and the admissions team will work with you to find a program that you're also interested in that maybe fits that GPA requirement a little bit more closely. Raylyn, is the weekend trip to Paris for the spring semester 2021 in London still going to happen? As long as there are no travel bans, and again, we are on site for spring 2021, very likely to happen, yes. In the event that they take the weekend trip out of the agenda, they may amend the cost program fees if that's not an additional excursion. I would have to double check on that for you, Raylyn. Raylyn, if you want to leave your email on the bottom, I will, or if you want to DM me your email, I'll try to find that out for you specifically with the admissions officers. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Did I miss anybody? I'm just scrolling back, trying to see if I got everything. Oh, Oh, here's one. Raylan, you said, do I know if Contra Costa College is affiliated? I don't know on top of my head, Raylan, but again, if you want to DM us your direct contact, or if you want to shoot me an email to our general email box, I can certainly find out for you if that's an affiliate school. But again, in the event that it's not an affiliated school, you're still welcome to apply. That does not deter us from accepting you into the program by any means. All right, let's see, guys. I think that's about it. All right, I think I got all your questions. So, oh, here's one. Nope, there's still some coming in. London was supposed to study abroad this summer, obviously couldn't. London, as of right now, summer 2021 is still on. It's very soon to tell what's going to happen in the next couple of months. I wish I had a crystal ball and, again, could take out the baby and take out the possibility of a cancellation, but we're going to do everything in terms of safety first. So in the event that summer is canceled, for the second time around, I am knocking on wood right now, guys. I do not want that to happen. You can certainly receive the refund in full. Again, graduated seniors, you can still participate in summer, J-term, what have you. We have a few programs, again, where we're really heavy in that senior account, so you wouldn't be, you wouldn't be alone in that, for sure. So yes, London, as of right now, green light, and I am just keeping everything crossed, legs, fingers, toes, everything, to make sure that that stays the same. Raylyn, when do we have to volunteer? Wait, when we have to do volunteer work after we are accepted? I think I heard this was a thing. Do you let us know what the options are for that, and I'll DM you my information. Awesome. So I think the question might be, we do have some service learning opportunities throughout our programs. Typically, these are opportunities that are brought by the university from the community, where you guys are kind of getting an opportunity to serve your local community and kind of have that interaction with people that are locals outside of the university setting. Some of times it's, helping repaint a building, doing some kind of community event, tutoring kids. It's usually something with those who are less fortunate than ourselves, which definitely gives some kind of impactful perspective, to say the least. So typically, the service learning projects are found out at your orientation most of the time. We won't know until probably closer into the start of the program date, just because it is something that the university and the resident directors work together to secure for us, so that you guys can have those experiences. So most of the time you'll find out during orientation. I don't believe that it is required of you, but again, these are experiences that you probably won't come across too often here in your own home country, and just having the exposure to what a marginalized community looks like in a country abroad is a pretty awesome experience. So you're good on that front. Guys, we are actually running out of time. I see a timer going on. I'm just going to try to get through these last few questions. Excuse me if I'm going too fast. What is the biggest concern about safety while studying abroad? I know you said safety is a big priority. Sunflowers and science. Cool handle. Really, it comes down to just we want to make sure that everything is safe prior to departure, right? So everything that I say with safety, I'm specifically referring to COVID and any health risks. When it comes to safety, once you are abroad, you have your resident director as that support to let you know, these are places you don't want to go alone. These are places you want to avoid. These are places that you just want to have a higher level of vigilance, and that's anywhere in the world, guys. That's here in our home country, that's abroad, but we want to make sure that you are as prepared as you possibly can be to have an amazing experience. So if you have specific questions, Sunflower and Science, about a particular location study, please feel free to send me an email. I want to study in Germany. How can I apply? 50 seconds. Okay. Feel free to go right through our website. You can apply as long as you are studying full-time at a U.S. college or university and are 18 years of age, and meet the eligibility requirements per that particular program. I think Germany is a 2.7 GPA. I'll double check on that. Then you're good to go. Guys, I think I'm going to lose my live here in a couple seconds, so thank you so much for joining us today. Again, my name's Jackie. I'm a program advisor with AIFS. Feel free to send me any of your questions via email, DM. If I missed any questions, I apologize greatly. This is very tiny font. But please feel free to send us all of your questions. I know this is a really crazy time, but we're still here working from home, so throw it at me. I'm happy to help you. Peace, guys.